Hi Cancer, I hope you guys are doing fantastic. We're going to be doing a He Said, She Said spread for Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus for November 2019. I did a little survey online. I gave a couple of options and this did come in number one. So I'm doing this as a bonus spread. So this is those of you who are either not together with your partner or in a weird space. You just want a little bit more info maybe on where they're at, maybe a couple of seats to think about, where you're at right now. But yeah, so let's see what comes through. I'm going to pull Crowning first from the Black Moon Tarot. And then I'll pull cards for you, where you're at, where they're at, some fears, and then some outcome energies, okay? Let's see what we got for Cancers. Oh, Grand Trine Blessing as a crowning. All right, this is an interesting crowning to get because those of you who don't know what a Grand Trine is, I don't want to get too technical, but it's when three planets aspect each other at 120 degrees. So these planets will usually be in signs of the same element. So it's auspicious, though. It's good, right? The thing is with this, there's goodness, but you have to work toward it, if that makes sense. So definitely a positive card to get when we're talking about relationships. It does typically indicate that existing relationships that we have in our life should improve, right? But you have to both be equally willing to nurture the relationship. If not, it might still be an okay relationship right now, but it's not going to go the long haul. So what's really important here, though, is what I'm getting here is that the obstacles that you guys have in your path right now with this person are going to be clear. There are going to be a few road bumps, but the most important thing here is that if follow through is had on everything, this is going to have a very, very positive outcome. You know what this energy is like? It's almost like when like a little kid who's spoiled gets everything that they want and then they just like become lazy and unmotivated to really apply themselves to anything in life because they just kind of expect that it'll just be there. I'm getting this energy that either you, your partner, or both of you are kind of feeling this type of energy towards your relationship, and you want to be careful to not take each other for granted, okay? If they've been really loving you and really like coming after you and really, if you guys have been on that hamster wheel, right? In and out of relationship, fighting, getting back together, fighting, getting back together. And you're just always knowing like, oh, they're going to come back or whatever. Be careful because they might not in this energy, right? So, and vice versa, obviously. If you guys are always the one calling them and going after them and da-da-da, you may not feel very motivated to actually do it. And the thing is, with these kind of energies, everybody's got to be on the same team, in the same capsule. Yeah. So let's pull a couple of cards for you guys, see where you're at. If you can see that a little better. All right. And then we'll pull energies for them. All right, yeah, I see you really feeling motivated to move away because you don't feel like you're getting what you need from this person. You really just focused on building yourself and just getting yourself together, Cancer. You just focused on your Eight of Pentacles and starting this next chapter. Like, you're really not sure what that even means with the Three of Wands. You're just not sure. But you know that you're building and you know that you want to move your life forward. I just feel like you're in a weird space with somebody who doesn't have your back in the way that you'd like, it's just, they don't do the connection in the way that you need, the mental, the emotional, the physical connection, the support. This means so much. It's so difficult to whittle it down into all one thing. Can be resources, can be money, investments, whatnot, because it's Pentacles, but it's so much more than that. If you think about how you do connection, that includes communicating, spending time together, sex. It's literally how you do connection. And in the reverse, with the Six of Pentacles, this is telling me that you don't feel like you are getting what you need from this relationship, Cancer. If you're very honest with yourself, you're not. And you're, with a broken heart and a heavy heart, you are really looking to bring yourself to a better place because you're recognizing that you really need to walk away from a situation that's just, no matter how hard you try to will it, it just doesn't seem to be working out for you. You guys just can't see eye to eye, I feel like. Yeah, and then we have the Ten of Swords reversed. Not surprised here. the only indicator with the reversal. I mean, the Ten of Swords is the end of a cycle, but in the reverse, it indicates a very passionate response to all of this, where you just feel either very guilty, very betrayed, very just very angry, very emotional, very disappointed, very fill in the blank, right? With the reverse. But you know, this is one sword at a time, over time, putting your back. And it's like, how much more can you take, you know? But the thing is, I am feeling, before even pulling their cards, I don't think your partner sees this at all. You want to just move forward. You want a Page of Wands energy. You have this new will to move forward. You do have this will to move forward. You want to have this passion in your life, Cancer. Page of Wands is about sex. It's about will. It's a little bit of an immature energy. It is, right? Because it's the page in the court. Page is the youngin of the courts, but it's this idea that you're just very attracted to the idea of this willingness to start something fresh, start something new. Because you understand, like, what you've been, I mean, to have these two next to each other, it's very clear. Cycle's done, let's go. Let's move. We have the King of Pentacles reverse. So I feel like, so for some of you Cancers, you might be really focused on your money because you want to, like, pay off debt. You're trying to focus on other things in your life, getting your money together. You're really trying to do that. You're trying to do that while also balancing out your mental, physical, and emotional health. And it's not the easiest thing to do all at one time when you're going through a challenging situation. I feel like there's Cancers are having a really hard time right now just balancing all of that, like checking off the boxes in their life. And they realize that part of the answer to this is really trying to focus on the future and where you guys are moving next, and your willingness to take that next step and to enter that next path and figure that out. Because I feel like you're in this space. I mean, the Two of Wands is about figuring out what this next step is exactly, but feeling excited about it nonetheless, but just figuring out, you know, where am I going to go with my job? You know, where am I going to, you know, maybe I'm going to move. Should I move? I don't know. You know, like, it's really trying to think about things. And you guys, I just feel like a lot of you guys are doing this, you know, one, because it's healthy to do it, but also two, to help you deal with the pain of this particular relationship where you're trying very hard to divert your energy into other areas, you know, because this is a painful thing, and you guys are very sensitive, and you know, and what do crabs do? What do crabs do when they feel like they need to protect themselves? What do? They run into their shell, right? So I feel like you're doing that, but you're doing that in a very healthy way, Cancer. I have to say, I feel like you guys are, you know, focusing on what's important, which is really good. Let's see what's happening with them. Judgment. They want forgiveness. They're very pensive. They're very in their head. And in the reverse, it indicates that they're not speaking to anybody about how they feel, Cancer. They're not talking to anybody. They're staying by themselves. They're trying to lick their own wounds. They want forgiveness. They have no idea how to make this happen. They're having a hard time seeing that they did anything wrong. Because that is what the Judgment is. It's like sitting and reflecting on your past behaviors and being pretty okay with it, you know? And it's this idea of forgiveness, which is beautiful, except when we're talking about a spread like this, the way I'm seeing it with the Hermit reverse is, I feel like there's some self-deception going on here. Like they're trying to deceive themselves, and I just don't know if it's happening. They really want to have this new beginning. They really want to move forward. The King of Wands is just about this absolute will. You know, there's almost an aggression about it, a single-mindedness, you know, where, you know, keeping your eye on the ball. So this could very well be them just trying to shut you out and down altogether. But at the end of the day, they can't do it, Cancer. They can't do it. You are their Four of Wands energy. They really want to have this with you. I mean, the Four of Wands is about engagement and marriage and living together and creating this entirely new foundation, you know. There's a very solid energy to it, you know. They can't move. They can't move on. They're not doing any. No. Nope. Wheel of Fortune reverse. You know, in the upright, it's like, keep on keeping on, you know, keep going, keep moving forward, push it forward. They can't. They're having a very hard time doing that. And then we have the Nine of Swords. It's this 3 a.m. anxiety card. They're really hurting, Cancer. They really are. They're very in their head, though. Holy cow. I mean, they really are. This is such an internal vibe I'm getting. I don't feel like they're talking to anybody, but they feel very, very stuck. 5 of Cups is an interesting energy reverse to get here, because in the reverse, this energy tells me that they're very focused on the 3 of Cups in front of them. In other words, the parts of the relationship that didn't work. But they do see the 2 cups behind them. It's like, all right, they hurt me. This is your partner saying, Cancer hurt me in A, B, and C way, made me think about myself differently, pushed me to a certain space. But Cancer didn't take all of me. I still have love left in me. I still have feelings left for this situation. So I like that in the reverse. But then we have the Ace of Wands. And they could feel this all day long, but there's a lack of willingness. And now we go back to the Grand Trine Blessing. And what did I say? It's very positive, but both people have to be very willing. So I'm getting that the both of you are in this space of just like not wanting to be the one to make the first move. And I just don't know if that's going to end up being the best thing. But let's see what the cards end up saying. You know, I mean, to me, that looks like a boatload of bad communication. You know, it's so easy to forget that we're on the same team when we're having discord in our relationship, and that we all need to be, as partners, right? We need to be in the same capsule, right? You know, because if you're in this, it's like your relationship should be encapsulated so that you're protected from all the nonsense outside. No third party nonsense doesn't even enter the equation. You know, bullshit with the family, stuff with the job, all that stuff. It doesn't even become an issue. No, we're going to be looking at your fears. Ace of Swords, fears. Yeah. Yeah. Afraid of arguments. All right. The most problematic card to me in this right now is this, the Eight of Swords in reverse, to be honest with you. Like, even over the Seven of Swords, which we'll get to that in a minute, because the Eight of Swords reverse is like, I know I should still have fight left in me for this, but I just don't. I'm just that spent. I'm just so tired. Can't do it anymore. You know, and because it's your fear, I feel like you're afraid that you're just not going to have the gumption to revisit anything once your partner gets into the space where they feel ready to talk, or they feel ready to do something, or they feel ready. It's like you may be on different shores already. And in a weird way, it's like you're afraid of that, because you don't want this to be totally over, but at the same time, you're not willing to do what you feel they think you should be doing in order to fix things. I mean, your fear is the Ace of Swords. So your fear is the truth of a new chapter. So this is you really fearing looking at the truth of this situation and looking at the reality that however it was up to this point, it needs to be done as it is, but because you don't know what that looks like, it's very, very scary. It really is, because then we have the Page of Wands reversed, which is telling me you're trying to control a situation that can't be controlled, and it's scaring you that you can't control it, Cancer. You're in this very, how do I put this? Like in astrology world, I'm going to say like a void of course moon energy, which is like purgatory, kind of like floating in this kind of void, right? where you're just really like not sure of stuff. And even though you have the Four of Swords energy and you're really doing your best effort to really think about everything that's gone on and where you've been and where you're going next, you really are, right? But it's scaring you. Because the Four of Swords is about laying down, taking a minute, breathing, and figuring out what your next steps are. And the idea of that scares you. Because then that means needing to frame reality, possibly without this person, or with this person in a new type of relationship, right? Clearing the decks. But you're not sure if they're going to be able to do it because I see you're just very afraid of some unhealthy conversation. Cancer, this tells me that you and this person have unhealthy communication. There's a lot of toxicity here. The Seven of Swords in reverse to me is a very toxic energy. It really is. It's about it. Well, first of all, Seven of Swords is the card of thievery, right? So, you know, if you think about that and put it in relation to the swords, it's like somebody stealing your words and the way you frame things and the way you frame reality. And in the reverse, this is kind of both of you doing it to each other, but it's like very amped up. And that's a fear of yours. You're afraid that it's going to end up in this very like cyclical, toxic thing. You know what I mean? You know, the kind of cycle where it's just like, oh my God, you know, I say black, you say white, you say up, you say that, you know, and a lot of the signs are getting this energy. And, you know, it's no shock because this is a very relevant thing to these kind of readings is this unhealthy kind of communication. Then we have the Four of Swords reverse. Again, this tells me again, you're just afraid of fighting. We get the Seven of Swords reverse, the Five of Swords reverse, the Eight of Swords reverse. We talked about this already. This really impeding your willingness to actually give this any more energy. Then we have the Nine of Swords. This is the card of self-imprisonment. You just being so trapped in your head right now, and you're just so afraid to be in your head right now because you actually really don't like what's there. Cancer. Yeah. And then we have the Devil, and you're afraid of this. You're afraid of any sort of addictive patterns that they might have. You're afraid of any addictions that you might be nursing or developing right now as a result of all of this. You're afraid of that. You're afraid of the low vibrational thinking. You're afraid of the low vibing fill in the blank, and bringing that into this next chapter because you have been through so much and you just want positivity now. You just want happiness and peace. You just want to do your Cancer thing. You want home, you want family, you want love. You just want everybody to be happy, and it's just, you're just so scared of that energy. Yeah. Okay, let's see what they're fearing. Let's see what's plaguing their mind. You know, and Cancer, listen, don't beat yourself up. None of the signs should. We're all humans, for goodness sake. I think we all forget that sometimes, right? We all forget that sometimes. All right, so let's see what's happening with your partner's fears. Cancer. You're afraid they're not going to grow anything with you. They're afraid this is over with you. Yeah, because the Empress is the mother of the tarot, right? It's all about, she's perpetually pregnant. It's always kind of nursing this growth aspect, right? And seed, grow the seed cracks, it grows, whatever. And then you bring that to fruition, you do it all over again. And in the reverse, it tells me that, you know, they're feeling like something is just not going to be able to come to fruition. They're not going to be able to grow in this area with you. You guys are not going to be able to fix the relationship. This is a fear they're having. They're fearing this not having the connections that they need with the King of Pentacles reverse. They don't feel like you're going to be able to bring to the relationship what's necessary to make them feel safe and happy and comfortable as well. You know, and in all the pentacles mean, so this could mean money, this could just mean emotions, you know, physical, mental, you know, sexually, you know, whatever it is for your situation. Yeah, and then they're afraid of this Knight of Wands energy. So, the Knight of Wands is this coming in and let's get it done, and feeling super motivated, but they're fearing this. This is a fear they have. I feel like they actually have a fear with you that you are just a little too aggressive in a certain way, and it scares them. Because then we have the Four of Pentacles reverse, and this is them fearing that they're just not going to have enough. I mean, this is, they're fearing greed here. I mean, this is a very interesting energy I'm getting from this. They're fearing that you're going to be greedy in some way with them, that you're going to expect too much from them, that you're going to expect too much money, that you're going to expect too much of their time, that you're going to expect just too much from them emotionally and mentally. And they're afraid of that. I'm not sure if I like that. Very clear message. And then we have the Page of Swords. So it's this truth. I mean, they're afraid of the truth of this next chapter. I don't feel like they want to get real with themselves, Cancer, because then we have the Queen of Swords reverse. And then what's that fear about? That's just, they're just very afraid of somebody being dishonest and manipulative. Look, in the Queen of Cups, they feel like that you're just not going to give them what they need. I'm getting from this energy, Cancer, I have to tell you, this person is very, very self-absorbed. Yes. And I feel like they're a little too worried about their coin. I got to tell you. Because to have the fear, the King of Pentacles, one of the signs got this too. I forget which one. But to have the King of Pentacles and the fear like this tells me, based on all of this, that like they're afraid of the greed, that they're going to perceive, that you're going to just be too needy. And they're afraid that they're not going to be able to keep up or be enough. Now, we can look at this two ways. This could be like in an insecure way where they feel like they're just never going to be enough, or this could be them feeling like they are concerned about you coming in and stripping them of these things, whether it be their money, whether it be their time, like wanting to monopolize their time, wanting to monopolize them in a certain way. So I'm giving both of those because both of those come from this energy. So apply that as you see fit. But there's definitely this fear around this King of Pentacles energy. And this is a very heavy energy to get in a fear, just because Pentacles means so much, But yeah. Yeah, I'm going to pull more on that. Let's just go for advice. I mean, that was very clear to me. Very clear. Interesting. Cancer. I get the Grand Trine now. Okay, so we're going for some advice here. First, for advice. Two of Wands, Three of Wands. Knight of Swords, King of Swords. We need motivation and we need truth. We need to... Okay. The advice here, Cancer, is do you right now. Do you. Do you. Think about what your next step needs to be and start putting that into play. Whatever's going to happen with this relationship is going to happen regardless of you trying to micromanage something or not. I do feel like you are dealing with somebody who has an issue with being honest with themselves. To have the Knight and then the King, there's an elevation of energies here. The swords are truth, they are words, and they're in reverse. So right now, I feel like what Spirit is trying to tell you is to do you and move forward with you right now. Really focus on yourself. Really focus on yourself right now. Some more information here. Spirit, please. Yeah. The Hangman reverse is a card of looking at things in the past and putting a rosier spin on them than they actually deserve. Where if you really think about going back to it, it's going to make you more of a victim rather than the victor. Cancer. And that's what we get when we have the Hangman reverse. The Emperor reverse indicates dealing with narcissistic tendencies. So this does not have to be narcissistic personality disorder by any chance, but it could just be somebody who is really more concerned about their own well-being, their own welfare, what's of value to them, and they're not really valuing your relationship. They're really putting themselves first and foremost and progressing forward with their life is what I feel like. And then we have the King of Cups. So I feel like they're going to come to this point where they're going to realize everything. But Cancer, I don't know if you're going to be, if it's going to be just too gone. Let's give some more energy here. Yeah, the Queen of Wands, Five of Wands, Five of Cups, yeah. I mean, listen, this is just about, you know, you guys are going to have a lot of fights. There's going to be some manipulation. There's going to be a delay in things. Or you guys are going to be going in and out of conversations. There's not going to be any stability to this. There's going to be this desire to just kind of like, yeah, move past it. I like the Devil in it. I like the Devil reverse. I like these cards. The Devil reverse is more positive than the Upright. This so shows me somebody getting very real with themselves. This is you getting real with yourself. This is them getting real with themselves, right? It's a major arcana regarding any sort of addictions they have, low vibrational thinking, negativity, like recognizing like, oh my God, what have I been doing kind of thing. And the Nine of Cups is the wish fulfillment card. This is beautiful. And I love having this next to the Ten of Swords because this is about the end of a cycle. And I love the Ten of Swords in this card because if you look at it, look, she doesn't have any blood, right? Look, it's like, there's no blood. There's very little drama. Look at her eyes. She's like looking at the camera seductively. Like she's not even hurt. Really? She saw the whole damn thing coming. So Cancer, I feel like you know what's kind of down the pike. You know what needs to happen. You know they're going through something. Let's get three cards of yes, no. I'm not honoring reversals. Magician, nice. The Wheel, keep on keeping on. Beautiful. Cancer. The Magician, you guys are going to figure it out. You're going to figure out what you need to do to make it happen, and you're going to put it in motion. You guys are going to work at it. You're going to use that Grand Trine blessing energy, and you're going to do it, and you're going to fall into this Ace of Cups energy. This is beautiful. I mean, come on. You can't make this stuff up. You know? Beautiful. This Ace is new, brand new cycle, brand new. Cups are emotions. Cups are emotions. Brand new. I don't know, do I want to pull like another card? I kind of like this ending. I mean, I really... Will Cancer be straightening things out with this person during the Mercury retrograde? Nope. When will Cancer be straightening this out with this person? Eight of Swords is a definite no. So we have the Death and the 10. Okay, so in tarot this could mean anywhere. This is a 3-6 card, right? So this could be in another 3 weeks or 6 weeks. Okay, and it's definitely the ending of a cycle. So I actually really like that for you guys because I feel like you guys are not ready to completely work everything out right now. You need to do a little work on yourself, Cancer. I feel like they still need to do a little work on themselves. They need to really get in touch with what they did. You need to get... I just feel like the two of you just need a little space to put things in perspective. But I love the Death card. This is a Scorpio energy. We're in Scorpio season. This is just... this is the regeneration card, right? As quickly as something dies, it's reborn. So this is such a positive, beautiful energy. It looks scary, but it's not. And the Ten of Wands is, you're just tired of the way it's been. Let's just put these wands down. Let's just stop this nonsense now. Let's sit down and figure it out. And I like that. So I just feel like around the next few weeks to moving it a little more into the holidays, you guys are going to be having some really good conversation. You're going to be working your stuff out. Yeah, good stuff. Good stuff, Cancer. I hope this was helpful. gave you a seed to think about, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.